الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين. آمين. سيدنا وحبيبنا ومولانا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. جماعة المسلمين، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. Jumuah Muslimin, for today, inshallah ta'ala, we have a guest speaker in the form of the colonel of the Grassy police station, Colonel Dawood, Laing, and the colonel will speak about domestic violence and also about the 15 or 16 days of 14 days of activism pertaining to the youth, what is the campaign. So very, alhamdulillah, very proud, a person in the form of Colonel Dawood who has an extremely good reputation. And for a person who has embraced Islam, is definitely in the forefront when it comes to serving his community. Alhamdulillah. And I think it's a role model. I mentioned that because it's a role model to indicate all those who maybe of the brothers and sisters who embrace Islam, and for everyone else to say you can contribute to society. But also Jamaat Muslimin, we just a few is that inshallah ta'ala we'd like to the Jama'ah, whoever wants to inshallah donate, specials are on now for this weekend. So we're looking at putting up here a 80 centimeter or 85 centimeter television screen. And the purpose of it is maybe if the youngsters upstairs, people always complain about upstairs, there's a lot of noise. Maybe if they see the speaker, because unfortunately we live in a time where hearing is not enough. They are programmed to look at the picture and also that, and we hope that will contribute to youth can get the focus. As we know, a lot of our youngsters are sitting upstairs. And maybe everyone else also, maybe will assist inshallah. So if anybody wants to go up there, and just get one, inshallah, to be appreciated. Your contribution will be valued, inshallah. We also will grant you khair and barakah. Also, I think next week, inshallah, on the 3rd of December, also the Masjidul will be having a 5-a-side soccer tournament. Yes, Cup crowd, you want to get the 5-a-side places. So, inshallah, you will also encourage to support, inshallah, ta'ala. And Jamaat Muslimin, so inshallah ta'ala we're having the colonel addressing us inshallah ta'ala, and also update what is happening within our community. I think that is very important. And alhamdulillah, colonel always offers his services. He's on the forefront. When it's required, he is there. And I like to express from our masjid, from the community at large, our shukr to colonel, and we inform him that when he do good, he will have our support and our backing. And if there's a need for us to, if he requires us, we are there. Because remember, we cannot just, as Umar ibn Khattab once said, he says, you cannot appoint me as your leader, but when I request something of you, you're not there. So there's a form of this leader, and the followers also follow. And we have the Rasul Sallallahu. But the Sahaba, alhamdulillah, Allah Ta'ala's qudra, they gave Rasul that support. And that's the difference between Makkah and Medina. In Makkah, the Muslims were oppressed. But in Medina, they embraced Islam and they stood by the Nabi. And Rasul praised them within their lifetime. Rasul, they went so far when before Rasul passed on, he made dua for the Ahlul Baqi and he made dua for the Shuhada of Uhud. For the unselfish sacrifice, giving their life into the ultimate sacrifice for this beautiful deen, so that where we are today, with Allah Ta'ala's qudrat, we are able to enjoy Islam. So Jamaat Muslimin, without any delay, I hand over to Colonel Dawood, Laing, the superintendent, the head of Grassy police station, which also covers just for maybe Colonel can also inform what is the region, but sometimes just think is Grassy Park, it's Lotus River, Eagle Park, New Horizon, Tumlani, Ottery. If I left anything out, Colonel can also just give us Colonel also a brief and also pertaining the area, make it a bit personalized and sharp the shaitan. And the fund mashura.
wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Jamaat Muslimin, it's really a privilege and an honor for me to stand in front of you today as a Jamaat. You know, and it's also heartwarming to see so many young Muslims in the Jamaat. You know, in most of our areas, most of our regions, you see the old musallis sitting in front, but the back is empty. So I really want to thank each and everybody of you, the youngsters that came here today to really share this small lecture that I'm going to give. And I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless my tongue so that the words that I utter will not be my words, but it will be in the benefit of everybody else and myself included. Jamaat Muslimin, we live in an era where crime, hardship is taking over. And it is sad to say that we have to have a period of 16 days where we want to highlight the people of violence against women and children, but not only women and children, there's a lot of men that are also being abused. So today I'm going to highlight a couple of things. And as I said, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the obedience to listen and to implement some of the words that I said. Not for my glory, but to the glory of Him. Sure. You know, when Adam and Hawa was created, Hawa was not created from the foot sole of the man. Hawa was not created from the top of the skull of the man. She was created of the hip of the man. Which shows she is not under your feet. She's also not your boss. She's beside you with the specific roles. It is normally the female's roles to bring our children up, to take care of our children. But by taking care of our children, they must be the first leaders of the child into our deen. To make the child aware when the child is still very, very small. Because in your first 5 years of your life, you learn most of the things. That is why it's so important that the role of the woman is really appreciated by us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He sent the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and the Nabi was always politeful, respectful towards females. He never said oof to them. What do some of us do? You know, when we are standing at home, it's a lot of times that we do not live up to what our deen is telling us. You know, as Sheikh said, when I reverted to Islam, I did not do it for any privileges or anything nice. I'm going to score something. I did it because I saw the love and the caring and the togetherness of the Muslims who I have been associated with. And I can praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala every day for putting me on the right track. And I can bless Him every day for allowing me to be part of the Muslim Ummah. So that is the only Ummah that we can become part of to be able to reach Jannah. You know, the worst things in life that creates conflict is money, our own ego, and our prideness. You know, if I am a person that has got money, I am a person that has got a nice car, the double-story house, triple-story house. When a beggar walks past my house, I don't even look at him. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, it is the beggar's right to ask for something. If you are in a position to give, you must give. Because all that rizq, all that barakah that you got it from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And how can we say no to that? The easiest way that we do, we go to our homes and we get a little bit trouble with the wife. I'm going to tell up you. And then when you tell up the wife, I'm going to keep all the money away from you. How you feed my children, how you live is not of my business. But it is your business, that is your blood. That is the next leaders of tomorrow. And you are depriving the kids if you withhold anything from them. You're not depriving it from your wife or your ex-wife. You know, I want to say the main three places where violence is normally taking place and arguments start is firstly because we don't have family ties anymore. Where is the days that once a month at least all the cousins, nephews, the uncles, the aunts came together and shared a moment together, whether it was a dinner, whether it was just a lunch, whether it was something, but the kids and the cousins and nieces knew each other. When last did you take the time of just in a safer place? And one day we believe for the day of Akhirah we will meet again. But what is also important is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, you will only be punished for one thing on this dunya. And that is severing family ties. Staying away from your parents. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will punish you on the earth. The rest of your punishment you will receive one day and when you are judged. When last did you as a family, whether it's just your wife and yourself and the kids, went for a drive, parked somewhere, just sat and talk to each other? When last did you sit on a table together, having supper, having lunch? Because we don't do it anymore. And people, as soon as you don't do those things, then the next origin of arguments or conflict occurs. You are unhappy at home. I don't speak to my wife. I don't speak to my husband. I don't speak to my children. I go to work. I'm either abrupt with my staff members, if you're in a leadership position, or you negative with everything. You think the whole world is against you at the work. And then Satan comes. And Satan gives you that one person that shows you empathy, shows you sympathy, speaks your language. It's not right the way you are being treated at home. It's not right that you are so unhappy. And then the relationship starts. And then all the rest of the zina will start and continue. Unless you make the change. People, if we go to your deen, there's nothing that can overpower you if you are steadfast in your deen. You know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, it doesn't matter how hardship you are. Sometimes we think Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has forsaken us, or has become displeased with us. That is why we're going through certain phases in our life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala do not want me. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put me on the side. But everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does is in His time. Every moment, your life has been written long before you even born. Nobody can take anything of your barakah, of your rizq, of your haqq that is allowed to be given to you by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and He would have provided it for you, can ever be taken away from you. Whether you get it at the age of 16 or 60, that is not for us to say. But what do we do? Do we really appreciate God? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created us in the one form. But we want to prescribe to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala what we must get, when we must get it. I'm going to tell you one story that happened in 1979. Four family members, the wife and the 3 kids, and the husband then decided they're going to Los Angeles. Got a big work opportunity there. And he said, the husband left to Los Angeles, and he said, I will prepare the place for us to stay. Then, after the 4 weeks was passed, they gave up everything that got, sold everything that got on the plane. They had to get over at the airport. When they got there, they said, before you can go in to Los Angeles, into the borders of America, you must first stand for your photo for your green card. But you can't have your hijab on. After some quarrels, the mother decides she's going to take off the hijab. It's just one photo. The eldest daughter, after also a long scuffle, she also took off her hijab. The second eldest daughter did the same. The 13-year-old daughter refused bluntly and said, I will not take off my hijab for anything. Whole of customs came, Interpol came, all the people came there to question them because they can be terrorists. Because unfortunately, people see the way we live and they're jealous and they accuse us all of terrorists, which we are not. We are only serving one God. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is providing for us every day so much that we create so much love for Him, and we only do everything to please Him. So after a very long fight and arguments, the chief of the security at the airport says, Bismillah, and go. They lost. The plane already left. Now they stand on the airport arguing and quarreling. And this lady at the counter by the airport said, okay, I've got another plane for you, but you will have to pay X amount of money with. And they said, but we don't have. We sold everything. That ticket was our last money. We don't even have something to eat. And the lady said, I will give you the tickets. Somebody else brought them food. After all, they got on the plane, they arrived in Los Angeles. All the people at the airport is crying. All the people at the airport is in total chaos. When the father saw his wife and the 3 kids, he burst out in tears, fell to the ground and praised Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And nobody could understand why he did it. So the wife asked the husband, what happened? What is wrong? Are you so glad to see us? He says, no. The plane that you were supposed to be on fell. 285 people died in the accident. And that's why I say, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put out for you. If you stand firm for what you believe in, He will protect you and He will guide you. And you will become a better person. So don't expect, whenever you pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it must happen today, it must happen tomorrow. Everything is on His time. Because He knows when you will appreciate the most. Then, I want to continue and say, when you leave all this work, experiments, Just focus on your work. You will be successful and everybody will accept you. They might not agree with all your decisions, but they will respect you for what you believe in and the person that you are, if you are fair and just. But if you are a proper Muslim, you will be fair and just. Because you only want the best for everybody around you. Then people, if you go further on, and you felt lost at home because there was no family ties, at your workplace there was no interest, everything was bad, then you will accuse your religion for your arguments and for your fights. Why do we doubt that Allah subhanahu will be able to protect us? How can you ever doubt that we will not be protected? We say, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, from Him we come and unto Him will be returned. While you still have the dunya, you've got a job to do, a task that He provided for you. But what are we doing with that life? You know, life is between B and D in the alphabet. B is for birth, D is for death. In between is C. Now C stands for choices. Everybody of us does at least 35,000 choices per day. And you can think 35, it's impossible. Firstly, if you wake up in the morning, you can decide to open your eyes or to keep your eyes closed. You can decide to keep your breath or to breathe. You can decide to roll over or lie on your back. You can decide to get out of bed and go to work or go to the masjid for Fajr. How many of us still do that? So, we make 35,000 decisions. At least 20,000 must be the right ones. So that your scale, when it comes to the day of Yom Qiyamah, your scale for good and bad will be in a good place. People, we cannot allow the situation to continue. The sexual abuse in our area, every 89 minutes, one female is being raped in South Africa. But that is not the worst. Every 79 minutes, a human being is being killed by another human being. If you look at our kidnappings currently, the kidnapping for the last quarter has increased with 4,000%. It was 3,000 kidnappings for the 3 months corresponding to the previous period. It went up to 9,000. And people, where does this kidnappings come from? Come from greed. And that is one of the things that Allah advised us to. Don't be greedy. Because it doesn't matter what plans you put in place for yourself, you will not get more. If Allah has worked for you to have 1 million in your whole life, doesn't matter what you do, you can jump off the mountains, you will only get 1 million. There's no way that you will make it 1 million and 10 cents. Because He has not worked that for you. People, if you look at how many children die and are being raped in our area, South Africa, more than 29,000 kids was killed in the last 3 months. We are fortunate, alhamdulillah. The last child that was killed in our area was a year and 6 months ago. People, we're sitting with the sick situation currently in Grassy. Young boys from the age of 11, 12 years old, 10, 11, 12 years old are raping each other. And where do they see these things? Mother and father does it in front of them. My sister and somebody is intimate in front of them. The brother is intimate with somebody in front of them. They role play us and they think it's right. But what role models are we as parents? The worst thing that could have happened is cell phones. Because social media is killing our kids. We sit with a situation now, and it happens in Grassy, so I'm not going to go very far. An assistant school teacher with a bachelor's degrees in science and biology groomed at least 15 kids from the age of 10 to 14 in our area, in our schools here. Took photos of them. They had to pose naked for him when he video calls them. They had to shower. He abused them. Now I ask myself, where was the father of that 10-year-old, 11-year-old, 12-year-old girls? Do we really know what our kids are doing? You know, there is so many games on TikTok where the kids dare each other to do silly things. And we don't even monitor our kids. Bismillah, she's out of my hair. Bismillah, you can, I just give him 1,000 rand, you can go enjoy the weekend, as long as he's not in my house. People, we cannot continue to kill the youth, because that is what we're currently doing. We are destroying them, we are not being examples for them, and their role models become then the gangsters and the drug dealers. You know, we said when Desmond was alive, he was a bad person. His hands is full of blood. But he was still reasonably peaceful. When his son took over, they kicked elderly people out of their houses that the father bought to use as drug dens, as drug peddling places. And now he kicks that elderly people out because he put the gangsters in. And do you think we will have a situation where our area will be safe in that environment? You know, when I was a youngster, I was not exposed to drugs, alhamdulillah. When my kid I raised my kid, once every 2 weeks I search his room, and he will tell me, yo, the policeman was at home today. But you can say that, today, alhamdulillah, he's 32 years old, he haven't touched drugs. I'm blessed. What do we do to take care of our kids? Do you even know where your kids goes to? If you look at our area, young girls, the age of 14 to 16 years old, selling their bodies. And it happens in our streets. It doesn't happen in Wynberg, in Claremont, in Dawood, and Parow, and Goodwood. It happened in our streets. I laughed the other night. I'm on a chat group for the Western Cape gang, a gang group. And one person posted, who knows the wife of a white Mercedes-Benz Imam 1 Western Province? Because he's picking up prostitutes in Lansdowne in the minority. Very quickly, that guy attacked this person. How can you expose me? He said, I got the photos. I took the photos when you picked up the girls. And how can you deny it against photos? People, we are giving away our whole dunya for money, for greed. We abuse our women. But it's okay. You know, I say sometimes, some of our women are very gullible. Sorry for the word, but that is the only word I can use. I read my wife tonight. She goes to the police station, open a case. After I beat her, I got a reason to join the whole night. Because I'm leaving the house. Because the brewer might come and pick me up. Monday morning I come back home. Just to get dressed and go to work. The police have too many dockets over the weekend. So Monday during the day they can't come and they won't pick you up. Monday night I come home with a streetwise stew or Gatsby. I know we have bought food for us. And everything is okay, the case is being withdrawn. People, if you raise kids, and I'm going to end with that. If you raise a kid, a girl, and you abuse your wife, she will become a victim of crime because she will think it is right. My mother did nothing, my mother accepted it. So that is the norm. I can't complain when my husband is going to assault me. If somebody comes to your child now, to your girl, and just push her, you want to go and kill that person. But what do you do to your wife? If you raise a boy child, and you assault your wife, he will become an abuser. Because he sees, my father does it, my mother does nothing. That is how it is supposed to be. People, we need to become role models for our kids. We need to become people that will become loving families anymore. You know, we are sitting in our houses, everybody in his room on his phone. When last did you have conversation for longer than half an hour with your wife, with your kid? Ask him, how was your school? How was your day? What made you happy? We don't do those things anymore. The gangster is going to ask him that, and he's going to say, alhamdulillah, somebody loves me. Somebody cared. And he's going to become a gangster. I say all gangsters is cowards. No gangster will go down the street and shoot on other people himself. He will use your child and my child. If he walks down the street, he will not carry the gun himself. Your child or my child is going to walk with him with a gun. No drug dealer has ever sold drugs or allowed his kid to become a drug addict or to use drugs because he knows the consequences of it, but he sells it to us and we are okay with it. People, we cannot continue with the situation we are. You know, the chef said, got 2 minutes left. We serve from pick up by Ottery Road there, right up to Punt Road. If you go up on the other side of Eagle Park, that side on the M5, that side on Strandfontein Road. It's an area with a population from plus minus 130,000 people, we estimate. Because the last census was done in 2017, before New Horizon Pelican Park and Mill Park has shot up. Since I'm here, we've lost 36 police officers. I've looked on my amount of policemen that I'm supposed to have. 3 months back, I was 48 members short. They've MacGyvered the figures, I'm only 32 members short now. So, we need to stand up as a Ummah, protect our children, protect our wives, protect our families, because that is the only way we will be able to live a sustainable life. Shukran Zakra.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Jamaat Muslimin, we say shukran to Colonel Dawood Laing. Colonel also informed me that he will most probably in the next few days also speak at the church, giving the same message over. Yesterday. We can see we're in a dire situation. It is, you know, we need some action. And the best place where we need our youth is in the masjid. You know, yesterday, last night, Jamaat Muslimin, a youngster came to greet me, but he smiled so much with me, so I thought maybe he was asking me, do you have an appointment? You know, this one so nice. He said, no, I just came to greet Sheikh and so on. But then he said to me something, he said, Sheikh, I never been Salah, but now I want to be a Muslim, so I decided to come out, inshallah. Jamaat, let us all try from now to get our challenges here. Wallah, Jamaat, I've tried, I think about everything. I'm quite a bit active in many of the areas around here. For those many who are outside who also know, you know, when it comes to flats, I have different activities and so on. But Jamaat, this is where we need our youth, right here. You can do everything outside there, but this is the place, because what is important, they need spirituality. They need to get Allah in their life. I'm involved with Pelican Park High. I go make many times my door salah there with the children. They greet a lot, but you struggle to get them there in the salah khana. I don't want to give figures, don't think it's appropriate. But we're working at it, we're very proud of those, but we still need the youngsters, we still need to get our youngsters there. And Jamaatul Muslimin, on what Colin Arif mentioned, you cannot just accept abuse also. You know, Jamaat, I will tell you something, Jamaat. One day a woman one day said, she says that her husband was beating her. So she went to the husband's mother to say, you know, this is Afrikaans gepraat, but nevertheless, maybe what's up, I don't want to speak. I know Colonel is also Afrikaans background myself actually, but we, nevertheless, so, because you know, some of the youngsters don't understand Afrikaans, nevertheless, Afrikaans always sounds a bit different than English. For those who know Afrikaans, we always say an Afrikaans message comes 10 times stronger over than the English message. Nevertheless, leave it my by that. Nevertheless, so she went to the mother. The boy's mother said, no, your son is hitting me and so on. The mother says, you know, why are you going on like this? I still get hiding. Now what Colin Yarif said there, you know, the son sees this from the father and he thinks, this is how I deal with the problem. I just hit you, you don't want to listen. But Jamaat, it goes way out of hand, Jamaat. What Colin Yarif says of, when it comes to girls selling themselves, someone, wallahi, Jamaat, you wouldn't believe it. I listened to Zikuflay Primary, the teacher in Zikuflay Primary, the principal, he was speaking a few years ago. He says sometimes you have to find, if you go, he says you can only understand these disruptive children if you go to their home. These guys don't have a home. Jamaat Colonel says the children sees this. I've seen this with my own eyes, I've heard it. Sometimes in a small, you know, one of those like parking size or hereby noted by the flat size. Sometimes they live 3, 4, 5 families in there. They literally live it. If you kiss your wife, they can hear it from the other side. Now what do you think? What happens? This is where incest is taking place. This is where the child are exposed to things they're not supposed to. They don't realize the consequences of when you walk in the shorts in front of another man. They don't realize that. But this happens. Everyone walks past one another. Why? That's why Jamaat used to find like in the olden days, you know, I don't know the night, but I remember you know, these areas where there's like heavy populated. The mother walks more in a, what do you call it, in a nightly to the shop, up to the tuck shop. Because they're so used to walking in front of people, you become comfortable afterwards. Jamaat Muslimin, inshallah, I'm going to support Colonel Laing after this, inshallah, hopefully. And I think we need to have something where we're going to start something. I want us to have a proactive way we informed about stats, what is happening, and how we can make a change. If you want to be part, we're inviting you now as Musallin to be part of it. You can come and see me, give me your name, and then we can all sit together and we can form in terms of how we're going to go out there and make a change. We're going to take Colonel's message and we're going to deliver it all in the area. We have to go out there. I've discovered now with this Jamaat that you cannot sit just here and just, you are good people for being here. You are good for being here because there's many who are not here. The people who are supposed to be here are not here. They're not here. Somebody told me the other day, says, there's one person who walks in, drop him at the Jumuah, then he go drives on. Then you can pitch him after Jumuah, but he's a Muslim. Because Jama'ah, what happens sometimes, we become allergic to Salah. The shaitan knows how to keep you. The Prophet says, you skip 3 Jumu'ahs. Khatama ala qulubihim. Your heart was sealed. Nevertheless, Jama'ah, so if you're interested, Jama'ah, you can give me your name. And inshallah we will arrange. At the Masjid we'll have now and then regular sittings. Get Colonel Laing, get him how to guide us to do certain things. You know, we need that. We can operate alongside neighborhood watchers and other things. It's just to get, inshallah, to make sure that from a masjid side that we get the spirituality. This is the heart of spirituality. You can have all the other things, but the spiritual side is what makes a person make the right decision, the right choices in life. Jamaat Muslim, also just a reminder,